in this lesson, I just want to go over real quickly how to use the UV planar mapping or UV projection mapping tutorial. And again, what UV mapping does is basically take your X, Y, and Z points and plot them against an XY or a flat imagery so that each of the UV points basically correspond to each of the vertices of that sphere that you're trying to wrap a 2D image around. So think of it like this. You're basically taking a version of a flat world map, and because see how Greenland here and these and Antarctica and some of these are stretched so much because this is actually where the North Pole is, and so they're stretched and they're actually represented bigger than they actually are. Greenland isn't that big; it's not the size of the United States in this case, but they're stretched out because it's basically this would be a UV image that could project onto a sphere, because on a sphere what happens is it's being pinched, the image is being pinched at the top and the bottom. And so that's why your images at the top and the bottom have to be spaced out or wider. And this is the same way the general consensus of how 360 imagery and stuff works, where the top and bottom are kind of stretched out so that once it's applied to a sphere, because it pinches at the top and bottom, it'll basically look like the correct image. So there are several different projection methods. You're going to go through all of them in the tutorial, but I just want to show you all the handles really. So I'm going to go select my object, go to my UV option here and make sure in your modeling menu set for this UV option, and I'm going to do, because this is a cube, I'm going to go to UV automatic and go to the option box. And basically, a cube has how many sides? Six sides. Four around and one, five on the top and six on the bottom. So automatically, it's going to project to six sides. And we can have less distortion or fewer pieces. I usually select fewer pieces if I'm defining the side planes here. And all the other ones are pretty self-explanatory in terms of what you want them to do, but we're not really going to work with these. And all the other options we really don't need to pay attention to at this point. So we're just going to hit six sides, less pieces, blah, blah, blah. Six planes, less pieces, insert projection before deformers, which basically means it'll be, you're able to grab the deformers before you can accidentally click on the projection, projected image. And we're going to hit project. And what that does is basically, if you think of these planes as projectors and each of these faces of the square as the screen that the image is projecting on, and these are the images that we get. Now, the thing that you can do is actually move your projections around, and that's what you're going to play with in your assignment. And this is a little bit hard to see because of the fact that the sides of the cubes are selected. So it's a little hard to see, but if you move that projection around, you can actually move the textures around. And you're going to see that as you do your UV projection tutorial.